Hey guys, what's going on? RewindMike here, and this time I'm back with another pickups video, and I just returned from TooManyGames like I go to every year for the past 3 years, and it's a super fun con, honestly. I have a ton of fun going out there, and if anybody's never been to a convention or they're super nervous about going to one, I suggest just going. I promise. It's like the perfect atmosphere. You'll absolutely love it. Anyway, so I'm just gonna jump into this. Got a ton of stuff that I freaking got this year. I got 2 Perler beads like I get every year. I got Mega Man and Proto Man. Finally. I don't know why I didn't get them last year. Probably because I got like Simon, Toe Jam and Earl, and I got this made last year for me, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so we're just gonna jump into the games. Like I said, I've got a ton of stuff here to talk about. First up is Air Fortress, the side-scrolling friggin' space shooter / platforming hybrid game made by HAL. It's pretty fun. It's really easy, but that doesn't mean it's bad, you know? It's a really cheap game too, so if you haven't played Air Fortress before, I definitely suggest picking it up. Alright, next game we got here is a shocker, honestly. I'm surprised I didn't hear about it before, but I saw it at a local store for $6, so I picked it up. It's Conquest of the Crystal Palace, a really good platforming game, man. I'm surprised I haven't heard about that. Power-up system, you know, it's got a really good fast action and really good playability, honestly. I'm surprised I never heard about it before. Next game we got up is suggested by Lucio Showcase. It's Cobra Triangle, a really tough game made by Rare. You play in a boat and there's like a bunch of events you have to do, like escort mines into like a safe zone so they blow up without hurting anybody, and there's racing, and you know, there's this one course where you gotta like navigate through like these fast water rapids where like logs are coming at you and stuff. It's tough as hell. And honestly, I wasn't really enjoying it too much at first, but as I started to play it a little bit more, it definitely became fun. So over time, Cobra Triangle is definitely enjoyable. Next up, we have Eliminator Boat Duel, which I actually like to call Eliminator Boat Duel Challenge because it's not a game you really want to play by yourself. It's a lot more fun when you're drinking and you have a friend over and you just want to fucking have a laugh, and it's honestly really kind of competitive, but at the same time, like I said, it's not something you want to play by yourself. It's Eliminator Boat Duel Challenge. Next up, we got 720. It's my favorite skating game on the friggin' Nintendo. I almost said computer. It's really hard. I really can't explain it. It's 720. It's super fun, man. And again, another really cheap game. It's not about the price of the game. It's how good it is. Can you play it? Is it playable? You know, price doesn't dictate, you know, the greatness of a game. Next up, we have The Rocketeer. This is actually one of the childhood games that I had when I was younger. And it's super tough, but man, that nostalgia is a fucking bitch. Let me fucking tell you. I don't know. It's The Rocketeer, man. It's based off the movie. I believe it was made by Disney. It's definitely, again, another really cheap game. Worth picking up if you enjoy platformers. And it'll give you that fucking challenge that you're looking for something that you probably haven't played. Next up, we have Flying Warriors. I actually didn't hear about this game until we were at the hotel room the night after, you know, the first night of TooManyGames. I was listening to like video game music, you know, just drinking a little bit and stuff like that with my friend, and then the game popped up, like gameplay for Flying Warriors, and it looked fucking cool as hell, man. So I picked it up. It's a platforming beat 'em up where you like transform into like superheroes and like you get like a squad together to like fight some evil force. So it's made by Culture Brain, another, you know, company that doesn't really make too many great games, but they make Kung Fu Heroes and they made Little Ninja Bros and stuff like that. So it's not like they're without making great games. Alright, so next up we have Roller Games, which is a Konami game. It's actually kind of fun, but it's very, very challenging. Again, like most of the games that I got, you know, they offer up a decent challenge, except for Air Fortress. That's super easy. But Roller Games is a beat 'em up, which has you playing on a pair of rollerblades, or roller games. Sorry, I said roller game, rollerblades. I don't know. It's fun, but some of the later stages in it get really tough, so much to the point where it's actually quite frustrating to like try and navigate and get through them. But Nevertheless, that again doesn't make it a bad game just because it's tough. It's a little cheap. I'll say that because of the whole roller, you know, being on rollerblades mechanic makes it kind of slippery and stuff like that. But if you like all these games, you can find them at a good price. They're definitely worth picking up. Subsequently, I do have this huge Konami video that's out right now where I'm going to be looking at all of the Konami games that were released for the Nintendo, and it's a big collaboration effort that I pulled together with a bunch of, friends and stuff like that. So, if you guys haven't been checking that series out, there's already 2 parts out. It's definitely a lot of fun to put together, definitely a lot of fun to make and stuff like that. So if you guys haven't seen it, go check it out right after this or right now, whatever. And the next game I got is G.I. Joe, The Atlas Factor. Really good game. I have the other one, the original one that was made by Taxan. It's like a Contra type game. It's not the toughest thing, and actually no, it is super fucking tough, but when Capcom got their hands on it, they changed a couple of things up, like they gave it like an overmap and things like that, and just, refined it a little bit, I guess. Regardless, both G.I. Joe games for the Nintendo are super fucking enjoyable to play, and I suggest picking them up. I keep saying pick up the games, but I literally mean it, because I'm at the point in my collection where I'm just picking up games that I want now, games that I actually want to play. Not just trying to, get the collection up there, but whatever. Anyway, another game that I had from when I was younger, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, the Taito version. It's not the bad one, this is the fucking really good one, honestly. I'm kind of at the point of the game where I could beat it in 5-6 minutes. Not every time I get to the end, though, because you have to choose, the right chalice to drink from, and that's always a challenge if you didn't get to put the picture together before you got to the end of the stage, or the end of the game. And the last loose Nintendo game that we have here is RoboCop 2. Why did I pick it up? Because I like the first one, and I enjoy RoboCop 3, and I never see RoboCop 2. So I wanted to just pick it up, see what it was like, see if it was like 1 or if it was like 3, or if they tried completely something different, something completely different in between there. So it's worth the risk. Next up, I got this game last year at TooManyGames, but now I got the box, the Flintstones. It's not the super expensive one, but it plays just like it. So, fucking hell, I don't care if it's not $1,000. Another childhood favorite / hated game, Solstice. Really challenging puzzle game for the Nintendo. Really fucking challenging, really punishing. Nevertheless, it's still a really good adventure to try to go through, if not even just to play for a little bit to enjoy some of the music, because I do really enjoy the main game music and the intro music to it and stuff like that. Next up, another game I had already, but I got the box now, Little Nemo. I was actually going to do a video on this, I still might. But again, another game that I hated / loved, that I didn't really hate it. It was just really fucking hard once you got towards the end of this stage. The King Penguin was just, fucking annoying, man. Then I got the box for Fester's Quest. It's an okay game. Don't listen to what everybody says. Obviously it's flaws, but whatever. And then last game we have here is Astyanax, or as I like to call it, Astasnax. Good game. It's got a really long story that's super dark and really well done, so I can't really justify the game right now talking about it in this little amount of time, but friend Mike Tendo did do a review on it, so if you guys want, you can go check that out too. And next up, we have The Lone Ranger for the Nintendo, which is another Konami game. Again, guys, I got the huge Konami retrospective that's going on right now on my channel, so you should totally go check it out after this video. But the sad thing about this is it's actually the box that's cut up and slid into a rental case, so it's kind of depressing to look at every time I see it in my fucking collection. But it's alright, because it's a really good game. It's a super big hybrid game too, there is a lot going on. It's a top-down game, it's a fucking side-scrolling platformer, it's a friggin' third-person shooter, we'll call it. There's a lot going on with the Lone Ranger. I highly suggest looking into it, at least, if you don't want to go dropping, $25-30 on it right now. Alright, into the Super Nintendo games. Power Rangers, the fighting game. Loved it as a kid, love it now. Again, another game. It's not too fun by yourself, but if you have a friend over and you're drinking, super fun. Equinox, which is like a spiritual successor to Solstice. It's got like some of the same sound effects. It plays the same. It's got the same camera angle. It's fun, but again, it's a lot more massive because it's on the Super Nintendo, so there's a lot more to explore in it. And man, it's fucking punishing, dude. I used to play that on an emulator a lot back in the day, and I finally decided to just bite the bullet and pick it up because it's going to probably start going up in price like everything else is. And I know I keep talking about that, but going to TooManyGames this year has really showed me something. You know, I picked up I picked up Korean Conquest last year for $30, and this year when I went to TooManyGames, it was $100. So that's like a year difference, and that's a big jump in price right there. It's like $70 for it. So if you want those games, guys, don't wait. Just go get them now if they're not already super high in price. These games, I got all of these games except for one of them, and it's gonna be the last one I show you from a local store. It's X-Men 2 Clone Wars, which I actually thought I fucking had this already, but when I went to go look in my collection the other day, it wasn't there, so I had to pick it up. It's a really fucking good game, man. And complete in box too? Why the hell not? Next up is a highly suggested game. People are always talking about this. It's Rocket Knight Adventures. Never played this before aside from, like, you know, dabbling with it on like an emulator or something like that. But I've never actually owned it. Never really gave it like the time of day. Like Gunstar Heroes or whatever that game is. I never really gave that too much attention to, but I feel that's something that I'll check out a little bit later down the road. Had this already, but I got it in the box, sold my loose copy, so it's really good. It's Shinobi 3. It's one of the better ones because you don't have to rely on shuriken throwing. He's got like a nice little sword attack that you can use and master, and it's really fun to play. I love Shinobi 3. I love the Sega fucking Genesis. Alright, next up we got Streets of Rage 1, which I didn't own. I did have it on a multi-cart, which the Sega released. And then now it's completely in box. Cool. And then Streets of Rage 3, again, another game I already had, but I got it with the box, so I sold the cart loose, and it was worth it. It's definitely worth it. Streets of Rage 3 is not the best Streets of Rage. The second one is. Doesn't make it bad. Streets of Rage 3 is still fantastic. Does it deserve the $90, $100 price tag complete? Not at fucking all, man. That's not what I paid for it either. Alright, and the last game I got here is a nice complete in-box copy of Mega Man The Wily Wars. The best thing about this, guys, is yes, it's a repro, but it's made from all new parts. So there was no death or mutilation of another game to make this. To me, that means everything. I hate when games get mangled to make other games, but sometimes it happens, and it is what it is. Anyway, guys, you know, that was my pickups from TooManyGames. I had a lot of fun out there, and I will be definitely going again next year. Hope you guys enjoyed this pickup video. Like I said, I got that Konami video going on right now. Hint, hint, wink, wink. You guys should totally go check it out. Like I said, it's a massive collaboration effort, and we definitely had a lot of fun working on it. And, you know, I feel few people even learned a little bit about their editing along the way, too. Anyway, guys, I'm RewindMike. Thank you very much for watching.